Thank you very much, Brian. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, all. There we go. I trust you all enjoyed your lunch this afternoon. It has been a pleasure to have had the opportunity to once again sponsor this afternoon's luncheon. With that said, if lunch was not so enjoyable, I know this guy called Brian O'Leary. Just kidding, Brian. The pleasure is truly ours. It is once again a pleasure to be standing before you. For those of you who may not be familiar with me or with us, I am a black man. Interesting response. Actually, my name is Adrian Blackman. Yes, my father had quite a sense of humor. When he named me and my brothers, he named me Adrian, my brother Andre, and my other brother Anthony. You can imagine in school, right? Where is a black man? Well, Andre, you know. Anyway, again, I am genuinely Adrian Blackman. I am the Executive Vice President of Woodland Group in the US. I've been in global logistics for 41 years and have had the pleasure to serve with Woodland for the past 31 years. Today, I am joined by two of my colleagues, Mr. Jack Stevens, one of our group directors. Jack, if I may ask you to step up. Jack's in the back. And also Mrs. Susie Scally, head of our US media product. Susie, if I may ask you to stand as well. You can wave as well. Thank you. Woodland are proud, relatively new members of BISG. As Brian mentioned, we'd sponsored the luncheon last year, and that was our first opportunity to join you. With that, I'd actually like to extend the invitation to Brian and say thank you for once again extending the invitation to Woodland. We appreciate it. Before I do continue, I would like to very quickly just say to you, as a global logistics provider, working on the other side of the fence, so to speak, it remains an absolute education for us to be here, to hear, to listen, to learn, and to understand more of what you do. With that, it enables us to better understand what we may need to do to accommodate you. I'd also like with that to thank the prior speakers and panelists for their earlier contribution. We do find much of the content, again, shared of immense value, as again, it can sometimes assist us in providing solutions on how better to support you, our customers. You may note there's a slideshow running in the background, which I hope is viewable by all, if not by most. However, the three of us, Jack, Susie, and I, we do intend to remain here for the rest of the afternoon. And if there was ever anything that you needed to speak to us about, we'll be here and we'd like to see you. Over the past 3 decades, Woodland Group has become a formidable global logistics provider offering sustainable supply chain solutions, dedicated to printers and publishers alike. We're incredibly pleased and proud of the suite of services that we offer, extending from import and export, air freight and ocean freight, domestic transport, road and rail freight, warehousing and distribution and fulfillment of books, Bibles, periodicals, and the like. Our commitment to digital solutions means managing and monitoring your shipments has never been easier whilst using Woodland's online platform, often referred to as WOL, Woodland Online. Our systems enable end-to-end tracking of orders and of shipments, even down to ISBN unit level. And with that comes a vault of documents which remains readily available at your fingertips. While some of you may work with our other logistics providers, we would simply like to present ourselves as the credible alternative, again dedicated to your product and your industry. Given the level of expertise and experience and specialty knowledge within the Woodland Group, we believe we are unmatched. We are not simply another freight forwarder or logistics provider. We are a specialist provider with unique capabilities catering to your world. We at Woodland certainly welcome the opportunity to serve you, and should there be any interest, we would love to hear from you. As we found our way out of COVID, our industry had started to once again enjoy some sense of normalcy. I guess we could all argue, what does normal even mean anymore, right? Today's global shipping market, however, has once again found itself faced with a number of challenges, much of which in recent times reference the conflict unfolding in the Middle East. Many of us, I'm sure, are also aware of the drought situation that had taken place in the Panama, resulting in water shortages. This shortage has disabled the ability for a number of vessels to pass through the Panama Canal. A popular alternative, however, was to route vessels through the Suez Canal, situated on the Red Sea. This, of course, has become somewhat of another challenge. This, of course, has since become less of an option due to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, where missiles are being fired and in some instances have actually reached some of our ships. A number of shipping lines have therefore elected to redirect their vessels via another alternative route, such as the Cape of Good Hope, a rocky heartland on the Atlantic coast of Cape Peninsula in South Africa. This newer option certainly works when considering the best interest of the crews on board and, of course, the cargo being carried. With that said, this routing does indeed add longer transit times, increasing fuel and labor cost, to name but a few, all of which we end up having to pay for. You end up having to pay for. Domestically, we have some new woes and challenges of our own on the US East Coast, the Baltimore Francis Scott Key Bridge, which collapsed when a cargo vessel veered off course due to what we believe to be an electrical power failure and struck the bridge. As these varying challenges present themselves, we are at least pleased to have been well positioned to deliver credible, cost-effective solutions to our publisher customers, enabling their supply chains to experience minimal disruption. Whether overseas or domestic, supporting a strong dialogue with our customers and listening has certainly enabled some solid results. We would be happy, obviously, to share with you who have any interest what some of those results may look like. I'd also like to invite you to subscribe to our news publications. We believe that information is key. Live, credible information is key. It behooves us to share our association working with BISG has proved to be extremely beneficial. BISG has helped us stay up to speed with current market trends, enabling us to quickly react to varying market conditions. Some of you may actually be aware and have noted, for example, the surge of English language export sales in Europe, increasing at a rapid rate. And based upon our association with BISG and having some of that intel, we have been there to very quickly support that growing logistical need. We are humbled by the fact BISG can and has continued to reach out to us as a resource as we continue to grow our partnership. We are here to help, and ask, should you have any need for new or additional resource, please do feel free to reach out to us. As our slogan reminds us, we care, we connect, we deliver. And on that note, I would just like to close by thanking you all for taking the time to listen. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.